Hello, my name is Lowell, pronouns he, him, and this is the session one following the session zero of our Rapscallion game. We are still in the kind of the building. This is our map building phase. So I will try to remember to screen share where I can. This session is part of the Open Hearth Gaming Community, which is an online gaming club slash community. You can find out more about that at openhearthgaming.com. We play everything with a layered set of safety tools, and we have a free online convention coming up that first weekend in October. Signups are going to open a couple weeks before that. I'll be shouting about that for quite a while, trying to hit the drumbeat on that. So just so you know. Now, just to remind folks, standard safety tools right now on the lines and veils, we only have 3 hard lines that people have put in there. Again, it's a living document, so we can add on to this, but we definitely have torture by the PCs as a line, slavery is anything other than evil as a line, and sexual assault as a line. So those are the 3 that are in there. We can expand on that. You will notice on that safety enroller page, we have a link to the map, which we're going to come to in a second. We also have a link to a glossary that I put together today. This has all of the terms and names and things that we've already come up with, and some things we're going to be adding today onto the board based on some stuff. So those are bits and pieces that are on there. I put from the book the descriptions of the various factions, the descriptions of the factions that I wrote, the characters that were identified in the factions in the book. I put those in. I changed a couple of tiny names, but only on the viceroys, and nothing big there. Like I think I changed slightly one of the other names, but otherwise, I left the witches alone. I left the pirate lords alone and kept those names as is. But those are all on there. I've tried to color code them to make them as super, color blindness unfriendly apparently as possible there. But you should be able to mark between those things. So we are starting in the Sea of Falling Stars. If you want to pop over to that map. Now, uh, we are going to be adding things onto that. There are some things that need to be put on based on the factions that we've chosen. And there are some things that need to be put on based on your character playbooks and other things that need to be put on there. And then everybody's going to have a chance to put a wild card thing on the map as well. Uh, now, if the background gets offset, if you actually grab on the blue background, you can right click and do center on page, and you can center it again horizontally and vertically, and that'll put it back in the center to make that easier to go with. Now, I'm going to screen share here real quick. Now, you should be able to insert image from Drive, and you should be able to go to the shared with me. And essentially if you can navigate to the drive for this game, the Rapscallion folder that I shared with you, there are islands that I've got there, and there are icons that are there. There are a lot of icons. So you'll want to scroll through those. But that will allow you to put stuff on. The text I used was 11 point, just so you have a reference point. You can copy the text off of that. Uh, you don't have to put an island down if you're just putting something in. You can just put a little icon down, and we assume the island. These islands might be the bigger ones. Again, map is not to scale, and it's a long distance between the different areas. So this is our Atlantic, a great wide open area here. So we have 3 corners of this. In the lower south eastern corner are Florida. We have the forces of law at Nartessos there. That is where the viceroys of Ink do their business. While each of the viceroys holds a certain portion of that land, they have their various domains that are there. They are all there in Nartessos. That is the hub of where the law forces of the main law and order are. At Asdara itself leads onto a landmass that it has a set of mountains along the western edge that kind of block off rain and stuff, and the inland there is arid and dry. There are fallen empires from there. It is a place of mining and lost ruins and that kind of thing. And Asdara is a supply point for that. It is also weird. It is the place where a lot of the weird end up coming through. The particular weird, there's kind of a almost a crossroads for that. Weird things gravitate to there just by the very nature of themselves. It's also known that the storm hulks, who are generally out trawling around, they come there from time to time to pick up materials for their pursuits, and they haven't attacked the city ever. They've always been on good terms with it. Some say that there is a cove or a holding point for the Storm Hulks somewhere down the coast from there. Then Tang Chao. Tang Chao is a city of the free. It leads on to a land that is densely jungled, tropical rainforest, that kind of thing on the inland there. It is a place where refugees go, where the free go, and all of that kind of thing. So let me tell you, to get this right, I believe that of the things that you yourselves have to do, and we're going to do those after we put some of the faction things on. Captain, you have two things to put on the map. Am I correct?
Yes, I believe so.
You have an X marks the spot where you know your hoard is, and you
Yes,
also have a treasure map that points to somewhere else.
correct.
Correct? So those are the two. Is there anything else that I missed?
I don't think so. I'm not seeing anything else.
Okay. Yeah, and I didn't think there was anything from the ship. Navigator, you will be putting on uh, a Leviathan location.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Mm.
Let me check and think. I think it's one Leviathan location.
I had a map with that in.
Two places where Leviathans are. So you'll mark two
Ooh,
places where Leviathans are.
all
And
right.
then our chronicler, you will get to add two secrets to the map as well. Everybody's also going to get the chance to do a wild card, a place or weirdness or whatever you want to put on there. But there are some things that need to be put onto the map. And I'm going to start with Nanius. Nanius, uh, the Drifting Barrow. This is the place where the witches of Osmar live. It moves. It is their holding. It walks across the ocean, if I recall correctly from the description. Am I right on that, Nanius?
Yeah, I think it's some sort of like they talk about like a stone creature that's walking or something.
Yes, yes. Small rocky island that walks ponderously across the sea on six stone legs, capped with a great black chapel and its bell tower. So,
It's
Nanius,
fine.
I would like you to put a marker on the map for the last known location of the Drifting Barrow. I'll let you do that. And while you're thinking about that, uh, do, 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 for uh, our captain, there is Horizon. Horizon is the neutral city. It's where the pirate lords can meet. It's where they're called to meet when things happen. It is a neutral city of the free. It lies somewhere. I would like you to put Horizon on the map, and Horizon doesn't move, so that's all the better because you can find it. So you can put it wherever you want on the map. For Sherry, here's the place that I would like you to put on the map. And I'm going to come around and ask you some things about this to make you
Okay.
do this. I want you to put the place where the monster hunters, the god whalers, where they go from. Yes, they will come in big on the map. I assume that was your reaction there,
Yeah.
Patrick. Yeah.
Oh, and it killed the background.
Let's see here.
Did you replace the background with it?
I don't know. I just dragged it in. That may have been the wrong way to do it.
Yeah, let's undo. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I think let me see what happens when you
Insert. Okay, here we
yeah,
go.
I think insert
So-
might be the better way to do it.
Yeah, click on it and then the insert button at the bottom.
Yeah. So Sherry, the God Whaler's place is called Corflu Sounding.
Ooh,
Okay. So I need you to put that on the map. And then Vern, I don't know what it is, but the claws, our lycanthropes, have a place that they congregate called the Moon Bride.
Okay.
So I'll let you figure out a symbol for that, figure out where you're going to put it, put that on the map. So whenever we put that on the map,
Sure.
and then we'll do another round of adding to things. The font I'm using is Avaria.
Starting with an A.
Yes. For those of you at home, we're fucking around with the map. So if you're listening to this in a podcast, this is our silence.
you can show it if you
It-
want.
Wouldn't help on the podcast though.
Oh, wouldn't, oh, okay. So,
So I think the last place the Drifting Barrow is seen is up by Asdara, up by where because that's the Storm Chaser's home place, isn't it?
Yes.
So it's was very publicly seen there because it was close to the land, not known whether they were doing something against or with the Storm Chasers.
Okay. I like it.
I'm pretty sure I somehow erased the free city.
And the Storm Chasers city. Hit the back button a couple times. Undo button.
Maybe it wasn't me.
was it me? I just.
That's
opened it.
everything I did.
Oop,
There we go. Okay.
We're good at this.
This is frightening.
I just selected the background and
Horrible
sent it to
at
the
this.
back again. I
I'm
think it must have gotten brought forward.
Oh yeah, easy enough to
Yeah,
do.
actually, I can fix some of these things here. Well, maybe not.
Okay,
No, okay.
I'm that person. How did you get that
I
list
did
of all
that.
the little icons that
Oh.
we could use?
God damn it. And again, where is it? Let's move back. There.
There we go.
Okay, I will stop messing with things.
So if you go to insert image sharing,
Oh, okay.
and you should be able to navigate to the folder.
Oh,
Actually, you know what?
Drive.
I like it there.
Drive. Okay, I'm on it. Ooh, look at that. I just got to get to right. And then- oops. All right. New icons. I see it. Thank you.
I will tell you, horizon is one of those words that any way I type it, I'm like, I have misspelled that.
Did I spell it wrong?
I know, I don't know. Like literally,
I think it's right.
I think it is right.
I don't know who's writing it now.
I think with Patrick.
Someone's writing it now.
Yeah,
Patrick,
I was just
oh.
making it capital like the other things.
Oh.
That's a cool island. Or whatever it is.
Corfu sounding. It's a piece of the continent that floats.
Yeah.
Grabbing your X marks the spot, Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the next thing I'm going to have you do, Tyler, I'll have you put your X marks the spot on. Vern, I'm going to have you choose a place, find a symbol, and give a name to one of your secrets on the map.
Okay.
Nonius, Patrick, I would like you to give us a symbol and the last known location of the floating fortress, which is the Navy's like great massive ships that are clung together.
Oops.
I got it.
And what's the Moon Bride? Put that one up.
I'm gonna find out.
Cool.
Whoop, somebody shrunk this too. Sherry, can you?
Had to hit that, but you said you were going to get it, so
I didn't realize it had shrunk.
Oh, I was just trying to insert a text box, and
Yeah.
it
Here,
like doesn't go anywhere.
Why don't I copy a text box?
Oh, that sounds brilliant. Because you'd already said this out loud, but I was thinking about something else too hard to actually hear you.
Okay. I'm going to drag this Tang Chow down for you to type in, okay?
Oh, yes. Trying to correct the the spelling on Tang Chao for me.
Yes, I know.
Um, I need to come up with an actual name for it.
Okay. All right, Sherry, you got Corfu sounding on there?
And then I gotta put in 2 Leviathans, huh?
Well, I have one other thing I want you to do before you do
Okay,
that.
all right.
Actually, no, you get those Leviathans. I will hand this other thing over to Patrick as well. So yes, give us 2 spots where the Leviathans are.
Okay, do I have to say which Leviathan or just is it
Nope,
a
nope,
mystical
just
Leviathan?
Leviathans. Yes,
Okay. Then I have to find the appropriate icon for a Leviathan.
yes.
Mm.
All right, what's the Navy ship called again?
It is called the Floating Fortress.
Thank you.
I love text boxes sometimes.
They're the best.
Yeah,
Perfect. No notes.
no knows. Patrick, I'm going to ask you to put one more thing on the map.
Okay.
There's a place called the Dive. The Dive is the location that mm, the mechanism the dwarves have as essentially a platform out in the middle of the ocean or somewhere in this sea where they are diving down to the wreckage of those fallen civilizations that were buried during the starfall. And they are going down there and excavating. So I want you to put a symbol for that and put that on the map.
Cool.
So Humayun's treasure is the place that you buried, I believe, Captain, right?
Mayans.
Yes. And like, how do you think you came to have this map?
Oh, the map that I have, the other one,
Yeah.
that was given to me by my mentor that passed on their doubloon to me.
Ah, okay. So they handed that off to you. Did they
Mhm.
say anything about that? Did they tell you anything?
It had been it was his great retirement. When he was in his cups and we were drinking, he would talk of the treasures that he had gained, that one day when he decided to give up the life, he would take his vast treasure and open up his own inn and have it would be the most glorious inn in all the land, and he would swear that it was a treasure beyond imagining. But who knows? He again was quite intoxicated as he would tell me this.
All right. Sherry, do you want me to get you some text?
Uh, sure, that would be lovely.
There you go.
Okay.
Do you need a second text box?
No, I will make them as a pair.
Okay.
So
So, Captain Humayon,
Mayan.
I'm going to be saying your name?
Humayan.
Humayon.
Humayan.
Hugh.
Like the South American nation Mayans. Hugh Mayans.
Humayon. Uh, so, Horizon is a city of pirates. It is, as described in the book, a wild shanty town of scrapped ships clinging to the sides of a seaside gully. It is a hidden refuge, holds an ancient pirate truce. So it is not a big, like, crossroads town, but it is an important town. Tell me something else about Horizon.
Um, Probably having to do with the people that live there. It is a town of bridges and ropes. It is, like this, it says it's this gully. It is walkways and ropeways across to get around inside of it, and things hanging from the side, the buildings, and it is what sailors would put together, and it
Okay.
is considered proper that everyone, if you notice ropes starting to rot, if you notice something going wrong, everyone is supposed to tar the ropes. There's supposed to be, that communal. It's a sign that here is belongs to us all.
All right. All right. And you told us about the drifting barrow, about where it was recently seen. We near the storm chaser's place. Uh Sherry, tell me about Corfu sounding, this floating chunk of a continent where our monster hunters operate out of. So tell me about that.
so essentially there is a ship that sails the sea, and um it is was made apparently by one of these leviathans, and they essentially chopped down a, a like essentially what they call a continent tree, a tree that like held the ground in place, held it in its place in the sea, was the idea. And this leviathan chopped that down and made a ship for themselves. Its name is like not spoken. Not, I don't even know if they know it. But what happened is all the roots and the stuff that were in the ground there that were left, at some point they slowly separated themselves and started like kind of very slowly, maybe following after the tree that was once they were a part of.
Okay.
This is a floating, fairly significantly sized island, but it's like made of roots, and it has a ton of like weird little places to like moor a ship in, to climb up on, to be a thing. It's like a place that can never be fully under control, because it's just so weird and full of holes and things changing, stuff kind of growing, and dirt and the earth falling out underneath it and things like that. And it's just, but there's a lot of space up there, and it has proven to be a good landing point because there's always fresh sea where it is.
Right. I like it. Uh, Vern, you're adding a second secret right now?
Sorry, you froze or I froze.
Oh, yeah. Vern, you're adding a secret right now?
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm going to come and ask Nanius, the floating fortress, our Royal Navy's spot. Uh, what was it last seen doing? Did it destroy something? Was it chasing something? Oh, you are muted.
Whoopsie doodle. I think they were chasing one of the pirate lord's ships.
Okay. So one of the pirate lords got themselves in hot pursuit from the Royal Navy there. I dig that. Um, Sherry,
Mhm.
uh, tell me about this Leviathan hunting splotch.
You mean the orbit of lost hopes?
Yes, yes, I do.
It is two different Leviathan who apparently are somehow caught up in each other's orbit. They have done terrible damage to each other over time, but also each has taken strength from the damage that they have done to one another. Uh, Wherever they go, the sea lanes change because their circling of one another tends to affect the currents as well. They are
Okay.
dangerous to approach, but a great prize and easy to see from quite a ways in theory, but in truth, when you come upon them, it's usually like you're getting pulled into the orbit at that moment.
Okay.
They're actually really hard to see, but
A
they should be
vortex, a
easy.
whirlpool.
Yeah,
Okay.
that sort of thing.
I like it. I like it. Um, the island that you buried your treasure on, Humayun,
It
uh, tell me something about that island.
um the island itself is uninhabited, except for um lemurs. I like lemurs.
Okay.
Um and the lemurs there are that rather large. Well, it's a variety of them, but notable are those rather large lemurs that are almost person size, certainly a child-sized lemur. Um, and legend speaks of them being unusually intelligent. I managed to avoid them when, and I have buried my treasure there in a cave.
Okay. Um, Vern, uh, tell me about tell me about your two secrets, and then I have another question after I put one to Patrick.
Yeah, actually, I was gonna pick a name for it, but I don't think it has a name because it's a secret. But
Okay.
there is a passage to the center of the world, where you come out and you're just sailing on assuming you survive the passage, which is very doubtful. You come out and you're sailing on an ocean that wraps around the outside of the middle of the world. Uh, and The other is Covert Island, which is a small civilization of talking plants that some are rooted, some are mobile, some are rooted when they're young and then become mobile when they're adults. And it's not like just a forest of like whispering trees. They like have a government. They're
Okay.
they're a full civilization.
Sentient plants. Uh, Patrick, tell me something. I made you put the dive on the map. What do you think that's going to look like? Like, what are people going to see? Is it a rig? Is it ships put together like a big hulk? Is it something else?
Um, so I put gears there, and I do think there is a like mechanical clockwork element to it. I think it's sort of like a an oil rig. It's a platform that's stable out there on the ocean. But I think the structure above it like shifts and changes, especially like, sort of humps up, grows up, and then will sink down. I think as they're like pushing things down or doing things down at the bottom of the water there.
That seems good. I like that. Um, oh, I put a little plant on there. I appreciate that
It's cute.
tree. Uh, what I want to do, I am going to eventually ask you what you think the Moon Bride is, Vern. But let's do this. I would like everybody to put one more thing on the map. You can put whatever you want on the map. Put another island. You can put a place to stop off on. You can put another piece of weirdness. You can put it wherever you want. Everybody put it, and then I will come around and ask each of you what you have added to the map, starting with Humayun.
Jeez. It's big.
Sorry, I may have taken someone's thing out.
Not mine, so it's all good.
Okay. Size priorities are straight. Ah,
Ooh, evil volcano.
Every weird island needs an evil volcano, right?
I like it.
It's looking at this map, like, we need an evil volcano. That's
Yeah,
There's so much water. Where's the fire?
got to get your elements in order.
Besides, who's to say it's evil? Maybe it's just misunderstood.
Yeah.
It's just complex atmospherical phenomena. Face Cave, another good pirate standard.
Mm-hmm. Sherry, are you the one doing the sketch?
Yep. And I want it upside down.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Essentially, it is something that looks like a great big picture or diagram that's sort of jutting out from the sea. Everyone thinks it's upside down. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
But it's hard not to look at it.
All right.
Try to
So
figure it out.
a giant thing out
Puzzle.
to Way Park that marks a point in the sea that has the appearance of being upside down. Captain Humayun, what did you add here on this free round?
I have added the Isle of Giants.
Tell us about that.
It is a fairly sizable island of it, in its own right. The creatures upon it are monstrous sized. Some of them recognizable, some of them throwbacks to an ancient time. And while there are stories of there being humanoid giant creatures that live there as well, very few people will brave the monstrous, huge beasts that live there to find out for sure.
I think that sounds great. And Patrick, is the Sanctuary of the Blade yours?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
I think that is a sort of world famous sword fighting school instruction place. It's up in the mountains on that weird little island there. It's close enough to those leviathans that it's sort of worrying, but just outside of their normal orbit. So, if they don't do anything weird, it's usually safe, but it also keeps it sort of independent. People don't want to come take it over because it is too dangerous there. And I think it's where Nonius went from like 8 to 13. That's where he studied sword fighting.
I dig it. And then tell me about this volcano.
Yeah, it's a like gathering place and refuge for demons who are have maintained it for many generations because like they are some of the few beings that can stand to be an active volcano. Like they can breathe the sulfuric gases that come off of it.
I dig it. And like, is it well known? Is it publicly known that that is going on there?
I think it's kind of an open secret.
Okay.
Um,
So people do know about the demons. They do think about them. They are out there. I think that's great. And I am going to come to you. I made you put the Moon Bride on the map. What do you think the Moon Bride is?
I think it is. It's a good question. So it's a what's the name of that faction that has it? Ah, claws. I think it is a bunch of ships and floating objects that may have once been ships.
Okay.
They're not the most seaworthy, but they are all connected together. And they're actually located over basically a sandbar um, that is occasionally the tide goes out enough that they all just like land on the sandbar. But most of the time they're floating.
I like it.
It's very shallow water.
I'm going to add one more thing onto the map here. Let's see, get that one, get that one. That's great. This one.
I think it's called the Moon Bride because it's never cloudy over it.
Oh, I like
Always
that.
have an unobstructed view of the sky.
Hmm.
Okay. I've added a kind of an island in the middle that is a place where people can go to get their ships repaired and all that kind of stuff that is a little bit insured
Oh.
from the weirdness of the world. It is our Port Royal, as it were, Cosret Landing there, kind of towards the middle. Um, so we have a bunch of things on the map. We've got all kinds of stuff here that we're going to be playing with in a while. This is our map. I'll add some of these names onto our glossary after a bit, but right now that is what we see, what we know. We're going to take our break. We're going to take 10, and we're going to come back at sea. So there we go. Take 10, and we'll be back. So apologies for all of the silences, and for folks if you've been watching or listening to this, the I will try to be better about that in the future. And to reward you for having put your patience with us, I am going to share with everyone the image of the map as we have it so that you can see everything that we've been talking about on there. So we'll share that. We are using Google Drawings. The symbols and things are taken from a bundle holding set for game tokens that I got a while back. And then the islands and things are stock art from Adobe Stock from various things that I picked up over time. So we have put those together here. So this is our realm, our region. So now I know that Captain Humayan has a greater purpose. I know this. He has a goal. He wishes to become, again, a pirate lord, to retake that doubloon, to take his position and to overthrow the person that took that from him. And I know that Nanius has a grand goal, a goal of vengeance and overthrow against the witches of Osgrim. And in particular, the lead witch. Am I correct on that?
Yes, the Coven leader Bai Guqing
Okay,
was the one that turned against us, set us up, and got us both killed, one of which stuck.
absolutely. Uh, and now, Sherry, your name escapes me right this second of your character. And you're muted to make it doubly so.
Sorry. I am the ship's groom, Cass.
Excellent, excellent. If you could add that to your display.
It
I-
is. Oh, I think so.
Cass, I know their goals. I know Humayun's goal. I know Nanius's goal. Do you have in mind, or do you wish to think about what your big picture goal is?
I wish to, what do you say? Find a way to break the curse upon myself and the mermaid that was laid upon us when we chose to be together.
Okay,
We can never be with one another, one of us. She will be in Earth until I die, is essentially my curse.
absolutely. So we want to reverse Lady Hawk on
Exactly.
you. Okay,
Reverse
we're gonna
Lady Hawk, yeah.
get that all set. Okay, I like that as a big picture idea, image that we have for you. Vern, do you know what you want, or do you want to think about what you want? Do you have a sense of what
I have a
Vern
sense
wishes?
of it, but I
Okay.
am not sure what. So
Okay. You want to chew
said
on that?
last time that I had done something or made some, major mistake and something terrible happened. And I think I'm trying to fix that, correct for that in some way, but I'm not sure exactly what it was or
Okay.
what I need to do that.
Absolutely. So maybe try to
Vague idea.
remember what I screwed up. Try to fix that, and then there's a reason why I want to fix it, and we'll figure out what that is. Sort of like we've got a three-stage thing going on there.
Yeah.
Captain Humayan. What went wrong? What just went wrong? What went wrong here on the ship? Was
Oh,
it
what
a
happened?
lost, yeah, lost, was it a lost battle? Was it, a monster attack? Was it an attempted raid that failed? Was it an ambush? Was it
I
something
like a
else?
monster attack. I think
Okay.
we've dealt with something unexpected from the sea.
Uh, you have been rocked by this monster attack. The ship is damaged. That's narratively damaged. It's not actually damaged. It's so we know it needs to be repaired. It's dramatically damaged here. You managed to get away by the skin of your teeth from that. Nanius, what was this thing that attacked? Was it a giant squid? Was it some kind of sea snail? Was it a flying beast? What do you think it was?
Hmm. I I sort of like a flying beast. I wasn't thinking about that, but I like that. Like like a dire albatross sort of idea, like a
Yeah,
giant bird, but with too many spikes and stuff.
absolutely huge. Not bigger than your ship, but big enough that whoever was in the crow's nest, R.I.P. Pete, up in the crow's nest, and tore at the sails and screeched, did its dives, uh, drove away any fish that were alongside the boat or anything like that, and did some damage. Cass, like, what was your instinct? What did you do to try and work with this situation?
Um, oh, that's interesting. Let's see here. I know um that when things go badly, and the thing it is, I can I can make the weather right around the ship be difficult for whatever it is. And I think that's what it is I brought up some wind shears that, mind you, our sails were torn, so I didn't have to worry about them capsizing the ship or anything like that. So I knew that they'd like drop the rope so the bird couldn't do any more harm to them. But yeah, and I just hit it with some wind shears, and essentially smashed it along the surface of the seawater for a while until it decided to go on.
Excellent. And
Pummeled
Vern,
its pride.
oh yeah, yeah. Vern, what did you do to help like drive this thing off? Or did you not?
That is an excellent question. What what can I do this? What can I don't know that I have any particular ability to do that. Uh, I mean, other than, well, maybe I just fired a cannon at it.
Absolutely.
I didn't do anything that only I could do. Let's put it that way. I did something. I did what everybody else was doing and fired a cannon at it.
Ran down to one of the two batteries of cannons that you had. Hard to get it aimed up high, trying to wait for it to
Yeah.
dive down, but
Yes.
hoping that the noise would drive this off. Uh, but you've been uh, becalmed a bit in this kind of in the aftermath of this cleaning up, and as night kind of turns to day, uh, when the sun comes up, it doesn't come up like you expected. You will realize that during the wee hours of the night, a fog has come up, a fog of passing density, uh, and one that has a strange affect to it. Like when you speak, your voices echo in the fog. They shouldn't echo. There should be nothing for it to bounce off of. They should carry. But in this fog, whatever this is, it is bouncing around in here. And you'd swear that maybe some of the echoes are different when they come back. What do you do, Humayun?
Hmm. Um, I've got the crew trying to, get our sails back to where we can when we catch a breeze, do something. But I'm going, I suppose, to climb to the tallest mast and see if I can get over the mist or maybe get a better view out. If it's this heavy, I don't know if I will, but
This seems like size up. I don't think there's any role for you to climb the rigging. This is your natural environment. You will climb your way up there. You get to the broken crow's nest, bits of blood from Pete up here.
Each we hardly knew ye.
Yeah, yeah. And let's have you roll with vinegar.
All right. I have one in vinegar. Leave. Yes. Rolling 2 dice. A 10.
That is a 10. So that is 2 hold to ask questions. And you get a +1 to act on the answers in this game.
Right. I'm in a situation of hold 1 to ask. Okay. And take +1. Oh, it gets +1 better right here. Let's start with what strange secrets lie just beneath the surface?
The fog has a purposefulness to it, like an enchantment, like a curse, something of that kind. And it seems to be acting to conceal something, acting to protect something.
It seems we stumbled into this rather than this finding us. Interesting. Um, hmm. Where's the danger lurking?
The danger is lurking in that these echoes and this fog definitely will begin to wear on you and the crew over time. That is the real danger is there's a certain madness that can come when suddenly everything that you're speaking, even below decks, even above decks, is echoing back and being twisted slightly. You're worried that people may start to think that people have said something and it is not the words that they actually said. Does that seem like a reasonable answer?
Yes.
We'll assume you return down to inform your crew. Uh, Nanius, what would we see you doing at this point? What do we get from you?
Well, there's nothing excitingly acrobatic to do at the moment. I
I
mean,
know. Would you like me to hold until after your scholar and your
no,
navigator go?
no. I think I'm just stating that I'm disappointed. Yesterday, I had a giant bird to jump on and ride for a few
Hmm.
minutes, and that was amazing. And today, just nothing. It's very boring today. Um,
It does lack the fiery passion that one would want from a fight.
uh, but I do have other responsibilities on the ship, so I think I am stalking the deck and like barking orders at various crew, especially as they like stop and stare out at the fog, or as I see a couple of crew members that are like, slightly apart from me, they start looking at each other. They start like fighting, like they're hearing things they don't want to hear from each other. Like I'm trying to make sure that people stay on their job, stay professional, and for now, let's just all be quiet.
Uh, let's have you parlay.
Okay.
This is with polish.
I have some polish.
You're offering them. I'm not gonna scream at you more, or I'm gonna treat you well. Like this is like, are you playing more with carrot or stick, my friend?
Definitely stick right now. He's
Okay.
got the full on dramatic goth eye makeup. Like he's got this burning stare coming out of the blackness there. His hand occasionally goes to the pommel of his rapier. Doesn't pull it or anything. It's just, he is a threat.
Absolutely.
That's a 6. Not a
That
great threat.
that is a 6. So let's talk about mechanics here.
Oh, goody.
Okay. Uh, uh, so how do we use these things? There are bonds which can be spent, and let's see. It's been. I'm still getting used to this. I'm trying to remember how this works because it is very different. Um, where where are the notes on this? Game terms. Here we go. Game terms. Uh, Bond. So you can spend bond to add one to someone's roll, and you can do that after they have rolled. You can spend luck before you roll to give yourself a bonus to that roll. So would anyone like to spend a bond with Nanius to assist them and tell me how they are doing that to get them to a 7? Or I will most gladly take the fail.
I'll spend a bond with Nanius.
How are you backing up Nanius, who doesn't seem to be as into it as you would have expected him to be?
I think that as I see the crew is kind of not giving Nanius the attention and the proper respect, as I'm climbing back down, I'll yell across the ship, Nanius, don't worry about sparing the oh, I'm trying to remember what it's called, the bosun's. It's a rope that they hit people with.
The lash?
No, no, no. It's just a corded up rope, and you can flat. That wasn't punishment.
Right.
That's it. Bosun's encouragement. Don't don't mind sparing the encouragement. Get them to it.
So I think Nanius, you have a choice now. It is on a 7 to 9. They are grumbling, and here the general grumble seems to be that they are low on a rum ration. If you break out the rum ration, you think that they will listen to what you have to say, but otherwise they are going to be unsettled as a tag condition that I'm going to put on them. Are you willing to 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 give in and hand that rum out?
No, because the captain was yelling at me to like buckle down, be mean, sort of thing. So yeah,
Yeah, they are unsettled right now. So the crew are unsettled. They are disturbed. They don't like this. This has an ill omen to it. First the bird, and now this fog. Uh, Fern, Cass, which of you would like to go? You are both muted.
That's because we're both very polite. So yeah, I could do something. Let's see here. Says when I make a move while on my ship, I can spend 1 luck to use max bonds with my ship instead of move straight. Oh, I can move straight. So, I
Think if we were going to do a ship's move, this would probably be an escape maneuver.
that's an interesting idea.
That's
So,
one way to do it.
okay. Sure. Why don't we try that? I can see that the crowd is unsettled. And even I noticed that Nanius doesn't seem to be his usual fiery self. So perhaps we just need to be rid of this place.
So you may roll with the ship's speed, or I believe that you have the ability to substitute one of your stats for that.
Yeah, what is our ship speed? It might be awesome. All I
No,
gotta do
no,
is
there's
find
there's a lot
It's
of head
minus
shaking.
one.
Ooh, okay. Yes, so, or I can use I can use my bonds essentially with the
Now,
ship.
did we start with any luck?
You will start with luck equal to your Spitfire.
Yay.
So, in other words, no, my swashbuckling friend, no, you have no luck right now.
I, however, do. I have 1. So I will mark that so that I can unmark it. So I can spend a luck to do the ship's move, right?
Yeah, and then you will roll with a +2.
Okay, yeah, sure. That gets me a +1 to it. So let's do that thinger.
No, no, you roll with a +2 rather than -1.
I have a +1. But yes, that's cool.
Your max bonds
Oh,
with the ship.
my bond. Yes, yes. I'm
Yes.
so sorry.
That's
So
okay.
sorry.
It's
I'm
the
an
first time we're
idiot.
playing this, so I
Yes.
want to make sure we're all on the same page.
Okay, so now I'm doing the thing that I should have done eons ago, and I'm
And
heading out
opening
to
up the roller.
Okay, so, and of course, which one am I? I'm like the kind of green one. I'm just gonna do this and this, and then I'm gonna roll, and I'm gonna add 2, and I don't need a hidden roll. How do I unhide it?
I think
There we
under
go.
settings there.
So I rolled 2 5s, and I get a 2, so it gives me a 12.
That gives you a 12.
Yes.
So on a 12, you will escape the situation on the 7 to 9 by the skin of your teeth. But on a 10 plus, so you choose one from that 7 to 9 list.
Okay, and this particular move is on the basic moves?
It is on ship and downtime moves.
Oh my gosh. Ship and downtime, ship and downtime. So, not there, not there, not playbook, not situational. Situational?
Ship and downtime moves. It's basic and special, then ship and downtime moves.
Okay, you're gonna have to read me the options because I don't have that tab, so,
You know, you should have that tab.
okay. It's not situational.
There's no situational moves tab, Sherry.
I have a situational moves tab. So,
No, there's literally no situational
oh
moves
no,
tab.
my God, I just printed the wrong thing. God, I'm an idiot. I'm so sorry, y'all. Too many of these are open.
Sherry was playing, she's at another level, 4D chess. She's playing a different game entirely.
I literally have like 15 different drive.
That is a
packs
great ship
open.
move. You spend a luck and bring in moves from other games.
Oh, yeah.
I know. I was like, oh, I can disappear. So this
What happens when we
is
put every PBTA game through an AI?
okay. And so this is the ship and downtime moves. Okay, and this is the escape.
This
So
is escape.
and I get one of these.
You
so
pick one of those.
I suppose we leave a trail and something dangerous follows.
Okay.
I rolled really well. I don't understand why. Oh, but it's okay. It's this kind of game. We're
It
doing
is.
good.
By the way, yes, you have stated the matter exactly. It is that kind of game. On a 10 plus, you will still be paying a tiny price. So tell me what it is you do to kind of lean into this. What do we see you as the ship's groom doing?
I think that actually what he does is um he goes to, I think he just goes over the side of the ship and like has a rope, and he sort of drops into the water just to get a feel of what's going on with the water and the ship against
Why is
it.
this water so cold? Go on.
It is, it's very cold. So I note that. Yeah, and I think that essentially it's just me with that rope, but I've done this a billion times before. The person at the wheel at the thing knows the signals. And, essentially I'm just giving them sort of a basic, uh, tug to go, one way or the other on the
Okay.
thing. I know there's a word for how you turn the wheel, but so
I'm going to describe what's happening to you in a second.
that's fine.
I want to check in with Vern here. What are you doing?
Uh, I am. I think I am just like lending a hand to whatever needs to be done. I'm not doing anything special.
Okay,
Because
absolutely. Vern, I think you're kind of towards the front, like helping, with the calling back to Cass and things, and you'll start hearing this crunching sound.
oh, okay, that's
And
rarely good.
it's really good. But it's not like you can tell it's not wood crunching. And Cass, I think you'll pull yourself up because the ship is actually cutting through ice that is on the surface of the water.
Oh,
And the you definitely are moving so that the fog is kind of thinning. But then, Vern, you'll see like there's land ahead suddenly.
Yeah, I like turn around and scream at everything.
I like the idea that I'm still kind of like, I've been going up on the rope and all of a sudden my feet are skidding along the ice as the
Yes.
ship is going forward, and I'm kind of more running along on the ice to keep up with the ship at that.
Yeah,
Captain,
I like.
land ho.
And I assume you're dead ahead and let me know you're saying back
Yeah, I'm
sails,
screaming land, land.
back sails, as I put us to try and slow us down and to where I can keep us from running aground.
And I think that this is all included in Cass's role. So I think that you'll be able to bring yourself to a stop, and bring the ship up. And you haven't beached or anything. Uh, you're not sure about the depth here. You do a reckoning, and you've got some room to maneuver around here. But there is a half inch to an inch thick sheet of ice that is in the waters, and you can see up ahead. The fog and the light here makes it hard to see, but you will see that there is a beach of white sand, and then it goes inland further, but it's at at this distance as you are almost impossible to tell what is going on there.
Well, if we're in ice, it's unlikely the ship's just going to wander, even if I don't, we don't drop anchor. So, because it takes so long to raise an anchor back up, I'm going to resist the urge to anchor and hope we can hold steady here.
That sounds like
And
a good idea. Yeah.
well,
Go on,
it
go on.
would.
Go on, Captain.
And I'm going to call the Vern. I want to ask. I obviously have, Cass and Dodius as kind of officers in the crew. What is our relationship like? I mean, I I like to think that I am a man who appreciates the benefit of having someone who tells stories, especially about them. Um, so, but what do you see our relationship like?
Um, I think I am keenly aware that I am not a sailor, um, and that like it's I try to stay out of people's way, Um, uh, unless there's something I can actually do, like, firing a cannon to scare off a giant albatross. But like, I think that
You make
it's
it
less
known
that
you're a
I see
writer.
myself as not a sailor, is that I'm pretty sure you see me as not a sailor. And I don't want to get kicked off the ship because this is how I'm learning about Leviathans in order to do my research. Um,
So
plus,
I know you're a writer.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then just to kind of play this, not play this up, but kind of unspool this. I do think that I would like. I recognize the power of a writer. I'm savvy to what that entails up and down. And do you like the idea that you are a valued crew member as your skill as compared to right now having to find your place? I'm asking what story you would prefer to be playing out.
I I wonder if maybe I've like agreed to write like the about our journey in a way that makes you look good.
Sounds like to me.
As like as a way, like I think maybe at first, this was an agreement of like, this is how I earn my keep. And yeah,
that I probably set you up with your own like private cabin where you could keep all of your stuff. And
okay,
because
cool.
like I imagine, Sherry, you could say differently. Well, I imagine Cass is in like the bathroom. Do you hold up? Is that like your cabin, or do you want a private cabin of your own, or do you snuggle with the figurehead? I broke Sherry.
Yes, there you go. I mean, he does spend a lot of time up front there. But no, I think he probably has what you might call a cabinet that towards the back of the ship that he uses very much just sleeping quarters in his equipment, but he seems to value it because no one else can open it. It's like a puzzle box. If that makes any sense. And it's definitely like a deeper part of like super built into the ship. So you have the sense that it's like it's part of the mecha, like where the guts of the ship are, and that's where he
Okay,
likes
but
to
not
be.
like the official bathroom, which would be
No,
somewhere
it's
people
just
go in and out of.
one of the major beams is in there and all of that sort of thing, if
I
that
got
makes
you.
any sense.
And then Patrick, you would have a cabin as our, even if not exactly first mate, you're probably our sergeant of ours, the right
Well, I think he
hand.
is your first mate. I think we established that.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
Okay. Then you have your own cabin. I will call the three of them plus some of the higher ranks of our crew back to the captain's cabin.
Do you want to establish one of those people that we
I
haven't
would love to.
established?
I
Okay.
love the lackeys list.
Okay.
I wish I could pick up a first mate because they give me skill and polish. But I think probably let's go ahead and put a healer in. I like a good healer. And they have a hard tally one skilled in healing, loyal, and weak is their normal trait.
Oh, do you get to automatically add these people in? How does that work with the lackeys?
Well, we have a number of lackeys. You can pick up like there's when you leave port, you can pick up somebody, but generally they have an established thing already. So I think that the lackeys here are to kind of populate out the ones you have.
I guess I mean they come with a mechanical benefit. Like, is there off the
Yeah, I'm looking in. It's in the appendix. So 285.
285.
Right. No, I'm sorry, 286. Which gives a list of them.
Yeah. So I don't think you're going to get one with a benefit here because I think there's some stuff you have to do to get lackeys with the actual mechanical benefits. But I think we can establish a physician and then maybe we can add that
Cool.
mechanical benefit to them later.
Then I think probably that we have like our doctor, our ship doctor.
Okay. What's their name?
Dr. Blackwood.
Dr. Blackwood. All right. All right. So you're gathered there in your chambers, and what are you saying?
Clearly, we've encountered something unusual. It behooves us to investigate, I would think. A remote place may have something that benefits us. I'm not one to cower from the unknown. Any opinions otherwise?
We want to take the ship in closer.
I think that might be unwise. Perhaps we should take we have a lifeboat, but I probably call it our skiff.
Right.
Take the skiff. Just a small party. But if we're in agreement, and I'm going to look to you there, Cass, do you feel that this position a danger to the ship? Is this ice likely to cause any damage?
Not if it stays the way it is.
Have you looked to the star? Is it showing particular shine?
To the star.
Our star that's in our legacy
Yep,
thing is
exactly.
supposed to shine. It's when we have data.
Yeah. Yeah. So we should go and check that out. That is one of our
Oh yeah.
features.
Oh yeah. It's shining.
Shining. So that's great, right?
No, that means there's danger.
Oh, yes, there's danger. Yeah. So good. I mean, the star's
Good
working.
news, everyone.
Good news. The
We're in
star's still
danger.
working.
Horrible danger. Then I will put to you, it is a risk, and I would not ask my crew to risk themselves pointlessly. Is the opportunity to look upon this new land worth the potential danger? Well, your thoughts, chronicler.
I think we should it's not every day we come across a land that isn't on any of our maps. I think we should go and investigate.
Brave stuff, Cass. Not Cass, burn. Mr. Donius, thoughts?
Well, I think I'm going to have a hard time stabbing fog and ice and angry water. But things on land tend to be a bit more solid and sure.
Navigator Cass, your thoughts?
If it's here to take its places, this looks like a place.
Doctor, if you would be so kind, let's dole out a little extra rum this evening to make sure the crew is fortified from the chill while we are away. And I will leave them in your ministrations to make sure that there is no difficulty here on the ship.
the doctor will say, I think that, sir, no offense, I think that the word of that might come better from you, sir.
I will let them know, yes.
So
Very
he-
well, then prepare yourselves. It looks chilly.
So here's a question for you, Captain Humayun. You can give them the rum, and we kind of just do that as a narrative thing that has occurred. But if you would like to try and remove their unsettled, which is a compel, you could try to stand your ground to remove that condition from your crew.
I would like to do that.
So here's how that works. When you stand your ground, you spend a bond, any of your bonds, and that buys you the ability to roll. Okay. At that point, you'll roll flat. You can, if the person who you spent the bond with is right there to inspire you, you get another +1. If you spend an additional bond, so 2 at that point, you get another +1. So you're either rolling at 0, 1, or +2.
All right, so if I spend one with someone there who can inspire or help me in that,
Yeah,
that would give me 2.
that would give you 1.
Give me 1.
If
Roll
you
it plus
if you
1.
spent a second bond, then you would have to roll it a +2.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a price of admission bond spent on it that shows you what this game wants to do, and that is deplete your resources.
Right. Okay.
What would you like to try?
I think I'm going to spend a bond on Fern.
Okay.
And as we're heading out, Fern, do you have any suitable good statement, something to rouse the blood of the crew to loyalty?
I I come up with some quote from I misquote a quote that I've heard somewhere that you know is the right topic and sentiments more or less. I just absolutely my brain is blanking right now out of character. So
Good show. Yes, this should do quite well. All right, so I'm rolling +1.
+1.
Oh, dice to be good. That's an 8.
That is an 8. So you will remove that. But I would like you to mark a personal trouble.
All right. Let's see. And should I write? I have to write it down, or do you give it?
Yeah, so let's look at the crew. Essentially, you get to like, what do you want to describe that as? What kind of trouble do you think is what's bugging you about this situation?
I think this is playing with my past, with how my former crews have been. So I think I'm paranoid and suspicious of my crew.
Okay. So I think right in paranoid, and I think to clear that, you need to trust someone implicitly. Okay.
Okay.
Right. But you will dole out that rum and you will get everyone calmed down. And I think you've settled in, and we will see the launch come down from the ship, crack into the ice, and the 4 of you plus some red shirts will go forward, and you will very shortly land on a white sands beach. It is smooth. You don't see any sort of footprints or anything like that. But mind you, there are tides here, but there is ice and that sort of hoarfrost that is on things here, and it is cold. I think as you walk forward, realize this is not a big island like you're guessing just by the sort of the judging of the size. Maybe it's one of those, it'd take a couple hours to walk around the perimeter. But the thing that strikes you is that there's the beach, it goes in a little ways, and then there's these cliffs. They go up a good, 150 paces up. Not sheer cliffs. They're not smooth, but they are cliffs, but they go up high. And it's clearly an unnatural formation. What do you do?
Does it seem like they can be scaled, or does it?
Well, anything can be scaled. It does
But not
seem
easily.
it does seem like a challenging climb, though perhaps for someone with masterful acrobatic and physical skill, perhaps not quite the challenge that it is for others.
Hmm.
Not that I'm luring him to his death, but I just thought I would mention that in passing.
And this is pretty much blocking our forward movement.
Yeah, essentially, it seems like this beach surrounds what is effectively like a giant cliffside bluff that goes up.
That is tremendous.
You see Nonius, he's like eyeing it. His plans are whirring in his mind.
Mr. Donius, you feel capable of scaling this cliff?
Well, I don't know.
Gosh, it's awfully high.
It does look terribly dangerous.
Yes.
More importantly, do you think you could scale it while carrying rope?
I could scale it while carrying you. Rope
Well,
would be easy.
I don't know if I'm quite willing to clear my trouble that way.
It would clear your trouble.
Let's go with just the rope for now, Mr. Nernest.
So he goes back to our skiff, our lifeboat there, and
When
he
he
like
leaves, I turn to the captain. I go, but that would have been quite something to do.
I seems a bit of a risk.
Ah, perhaps.
and he gives a very dramatic flourish as he like twirls his overly fancy furred cape off. He is fully deathly allergic to shirts. So even as cold as it is here, it's just like once the cloak's off, it's just too many chains. That's all he's wearing. Um,
The frostbite potential.
he grabs the coil of rope and slings it sort of bandolier style across his chest and smiles as he's going towards the cliff.
He does make a dashing figure now.
I suppose.
The makeup hides how his lips are turning a little bit blue.
Nanius, I think this is breaking in.
Ooh.
I think we're rolling with blood.
All right. I have some of that too.
Yeah.
Woot.
You are a well-rounded human being.
As long as you're not talking about luck.
Yep.
All right. I'm just double checking. I don't have anything particular. No. Okay. We're just going to go with it. We're going to do it. It's going to be great.
Now, I do want to mention another thing to the thing that we have. So, if you do have luck, which you don't, you can always twist fate and spend luck to add things to the scene, like opportunities, answering questions yourself, all of that kind of thing. Essentially, a little bit like making declarations in Hearts of Wulin, but even a little stronger. Okay, Just wanted to
Nice.
mention that to folks. Nanius, roll that blood.
That's a 4.
That is a 4. Nanius, you are about halfway up when all of you will hear this screech, and you will see out of nowhere this giant dire gull swoops down, and like a worm on a rock face, it snatches Nanius off of the cliff, shrieks, and flies upwards. Nanius, please mark 2 harm.
Oh no.
He is fully laughing as this thing rips him off the cliff, and he starts doing some like ineffectual punches at its beak, sort of thing. Did it grab me with beak or claws?
Claws.
Ah, claws. Okay, yeah, at
We're
the
we're, we're
bird
very
foot
much
there.
we're very much thief of Baghdad kind of grabbed onto you,
Nice,
kind of
nice.
flying upwards. Um, Captain, Cass, Vern, anything you're doing here as you see this happen?
I am like all about my ship. So let me see. I don't know.
I don't think anybody has a rifle, do they?
I can watch. I have a telescope or a spyglass. Um,
Oh,
Hmm.
oh,
I will follow the path so we can
okay,
find him.
okay.
All right. Let's see. Mark it down outside of Vern on the map there. I'll give him the things to go. Well, he is getting up there towards the top of the cliff. So
So let's finish this then, Nanius. Nanius, you're being flown upwards in the grip of this thing. What do you want to try and do?
This enough to count for a fight?
Fuck yeah. If you're
All
going to
right.
fight it, if
Well,
that's your goal. See, there are a couple of ways to do this. You could try to break out of its claws. Certainly that'd be an option. Or you could try and fight it, which certainly is to your thing. Mind you, we can see some of the possible consequences.
well, as we get into this, and he pulls himself together and realizes that maybe punching it in its giant bird foot isn't the best move yet. I do have theatrics for when I enter a fight, roll plus vinegar.
Okay.
I am I am going to stick with these skull dice. They're definitely going to work one of these times.
I
Hmm.
almost wish that you could mark XP on a miss.
I think we do actually.
I think you do actually. So
So
for
I will
anyone
get
who
to
has
that.
missed Nanius, you may mark XP.
it'd be like level 52 while we're all still 6.
So that is a 9.
That is a 9.
Not
And
Just
what
bad.
is
enough
that?
for one hold.
Okay.
And I want to go ahead and spend that hold uh, on swing from something and land exactly where you need to be. And I want to like hook an end of the rope around one of its claws and slip through and do this like full fall down a bit of the rope, but then as I get to the bottom of it, swing around up and land on like the back of its neck with part of the rope wrapped around like its foot and its neck.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that. Would you then like to get into a scrap
I would
from this
love to.
advantageous position? Hey, one of the nice things about this game is that this game also gives the GM, the fates, freedom to assign modifiers like plus ones or minus ones. Keep in
Ooh,
mind
Neat.
that this flips both back and forth, good and bad. But I think with that beautiful swing up on top of it, I'm going to give you a plus one on get into a scrap.
nice.
With my spyglass, I will tell the others what is going on.
You should see
I
this.
I thought he was falling, but in fact he's caught himself on the rope and has swung back up like a pendant of great speed. Like an astounding thing to get that much momentum in that short of a drop.
I quickly look at the ground to see if the chronicler's writing anything. Um, yes, that is more blood. I have blood.
Yep.
Let's give it some blood.
So roll with plus two.
So that's +2 would make it a 10.
10. So on a 10, you can deal your weapon's harm to your opponent or deal half and pick one of those options. And you also seize the ante.
Oh, interesting.
The ante is
And what's the
a
base thing you can do with the ante again?
so the base thing you can do with ante is you spend it like a bond.
That's right.
Essentially, it's a free bond. You can only, yeah, any person, all of you can have the ante at the same time, but you can only have one ante. So it's a +1 forward kind of floating that you can use. If you had the ante and you got it again, you would lose it.
All right. So,
Let's see the
yes,
awesome. Bring it, my friend.
I am going to deal half my weapon's harm
Okay.
and do one of the options below.
How much harm does
Um,
your weapon do?
it does 2 normally, so this will
Okay.
be 1.
Just one, a good
Um,
slash on this.
and basically what I'm doing is there on its back, Nonius pulls out his rapier and stabs it straight down through the rope and into this thing's neck so that he can grab the rope and yank on it. And I want to go ahead and spend the ante as a bond for my sword, which also has stun on it.
Okay.
So as this thing, as it stabs in and some of its blood spurts up, there is this like black umbral sort of glow around the black blade of his rapier. And I want to deal 1 harm, stun it, and force it into a precarious new position as I start steering it towards the ground on top of the cliff.
So essentially, you want to kind of crash it down, stunned on top of this cliff, and all of you will hear this woof, and then I think there's this rope that kind of falls down by you.
Oh, look at that. I think we're all set.
I've got a good anchor.
Yeah, exactly.
Very well
Giant
done.
bird up there tugging at it. Let's go.
And indeed, begin climbing the rope.
Yeah.
I think all of you will go up. I think Nanius, you kind of maybe, if I may, kind of narrate this. I think there's kind of holding it in position. Then it wakes out of the stun, will, wrench and fly off. Probably lifts your friends up the last like 50 feet before they're
Takes the rope
forced,
with it.
takes the rope with it. You've got another one, and will fly off.
Yeah, I have just enough time to get my blade back out because it's not taking that.
And you will find yourselves on a kind of an open, cold, icy place. You will see that there is what looks like maybe a stone kind of small building, maybe like a temple. And you can see that at the perimeter around it outside are these stone basins. They're maybe 4 or 5 feet off the ground. They are absolutely, big, beautiful kind of marble stone basins. It looks like, just at a glance, I think, Vern, you take this in immediately that there are 12 of these, at the positions, the kind of the clock kind of thing. There is almost looks like it might be, the small building. Maybe it's a shrine, maybe it's a mausoleum. You're not sure. What do you do? Vern, you've been holding yourself back, but look at this
Oh, yeah.
wonder.
Yes, obviously. I am gonna go
Avoid
check out
slipping
that.
on the gallblood and okay.
Yeah, there's a dramatic splash of it across Nonius's chest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is significantly colder up here.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna go check out that shrine.
Okay.
And I'm looking like I guess I'm keeping an eye out for any sort of writing or symbols that might tell me what's going on here.
Shall we do a size up and then maybe you've got some
Sure.
gold if you want to spend any of that? Let's
Yeah,
see.
absolutely.
So roll plus vinegar.
Cool. Okay, what's my finger? One.
I think you've got time to observe here, so let's give you a +1 because you're not under
Okay.
threat right now.
Okay. It's 11.
11. You got 2 hold.
Cool.
Size up is in that first column under basic and special moves.
Oh, there it is. I see it. Yeah.
They're all good questions, though.
They are good questions, yes. But like being Vern, the obvious question is what strange secrets lie just beneath the surface?
As you move forward, you'll realize that the cold is emanating from those basins.
Okay.
And when you
Cool.
go walk over and look, there is a beautiful crystal clear liquid in those basins. And you're pretty sure that that is essentially liquid cold, like the
Right.
blood of an ice elemental, bled out, sacrificed, and poured into these things.
Okay.
So that's your first question. What's your second question?
Yeah. I think I look at there's well, do we have a use for ice elemental blood?
I mean, it's good for keeping the fish fresh.
It probably is valuable as well.
Well,
It does
yes.
make everything around it cold, but
Makes a nice weapon.
we
The
Yeah.
problem is the
Containers.
transport of it. It is
Yes.
very dangerous. I want you to imagine that this is the equivalent of bowls of liquid oxygen.
Yeah.
Cool. Do we just need jars then?
No. What's your second question, Vern, before you ask
What is my
Captain?
second question? Okay.
Yeah.
What here is useful to me or my crew?
I think we kind of already answered that with the like. I think chemically that answer is probably
Okay.
already answered on that.
Yeah.
So give me a different one.
Okay. Where's the danger lurking?
Where is the danger lurking? This is a very well protected kind of thing. It is magically sealed. You think that there's likely to be a mausoleum and treasure inside that building, but there's also likely to be other kinds of traps there.
Okay.
That you are not actively in danger standing here as you are, but you know that going into there likely is where the danger is going to come.
Yeah. Well, if they went to all this effort to like keep it frozen, that's probably not the only thing they did. Yeah. So well, they're clearly they wanted to keep something cold and preserved. There are probably a variety of different kinds of traps, but there's also likely to be something valuable in that shrine.
Oh, wow, you say.
Traps, you say?
It
Probably
did say
that
both of those
sounds
things.
dangerous. Perhaps we should go back to the ship.
I'm going to move up towards where the elemental blood is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going
I
to
wouldn't touch that.
spend a bond. I'm going to spend my bond. Let's see. Does it say that they need to be involved for this? Let's see. Okay. Bond with an involved crewmate. I'll spend my bond. Oof, it's running me out. I need bonds back. With
They will reset at the
Cass.
beginning of next session.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
I'll spend my bond with Cass
Okay.
as I move up, and as I think that clearly getting this blood that seems like an obstacle to me,
I
right?
would
Well,
not say that's an obstacle. No, I
oh,
don't think that is. I think getting to the traps and things like that feels to me like an obstacle here.
mm,
Uh, I think that's something that is in your way. Um, Now, mind you, you could do that to overcome the obstacle, and then we would go straight to plunder, and you would get a lovely plunder roll, which you could work in getting some of this elemental blood as part of your treasure.
okay. All right. Well, then I'm going to attempt to take on the obstacle, which is it sounds large. I didn't realize it could be as large as
Yeah,
getting into the mausoleum.
yeah. Essentially, I think that is if you're doing that, that's two twisting fate for two luck. I think tell me what it is that you see or that you know from beforehand or that you learn that tells you how to get like past the traps here.
Okay, I spot a fleeting opportunity within the scene, and it is that there needs to be heat and fire to offset the cold. And as I'm looking around the circle, I find that there are some indentions in this where the layout of the blood to cold,
Hmm.
there's indentions that are off the side. I sweep aside the ice and the snow and find these, and pouring a bit of oil into each one, I strike them to start a little flame.
And I think with the I think that will, we'll see the lighting up. I think we'll hear the creaking of the mechanisms and we can hear like the withdrawing of the various mechanical traps will get, recessed back into their position. You can walk in. There's a short hallway here, and there is what is very clear to you. This is something left over from the sea fae. There is a beautiful carven face, those sort of I can't remember what they call them, where they carve the top of the tomb to look like somebody, like the person within. Uh,
Oh,
and when you kind of move that aside,
kind of an effigy thing.
yeah, yeah, it's striking to you how much the carving on the top looks exactly like the dead body inside, which has been
Mm.
frozen solid through. It is dead, but they clearly wanted to honor them. Uh, and there is stuff here. So when you plunder a score of booty, uh, and you're not in a hurry, so there's no penalty to this. We're going to roll. Tyler, you will roll with a +2.
+2. Oh goodness. Oh well, please roll out. Oh, that's a 5.
That is a 5. Well, I'm going to bump that up just because I don't want this first treasure to be awful, if I may. I think we will plus I want to look at how this is. So if you look at the plunder move, this is the third column of the basic and special moves. So everyone is going to get one treasure plus one special item from that list down below. You see there's a line, like a break, and it has a list of things. They'll each get one of those, but the items have a drawback, which is either it afflicts a lackey with a tag, is a stolen property of a powerful enemy who wants it back, or comes cursed. And each of you can choose that independently. So you have a choice of a beautiful two-harm weapon with some pics on it, a strange object with mysterious powers, an old dangerous container or book with some knowledge, or documents in idents you can use. Nanius, what do you want?
Hmm.
You can take a 2-harm weapon that's 3-harm.
Yes.
Could, but my sword has a name and everything. It's
Absolutely.
I
So
can't
let me
just go
tell you
around
the other
picking
thing.
up random loose swords.
The two-harm weapon has fire, which catches things on fire, spray, which can hit a couple of targets. Grappling means you can spend a bond to grapple someone with it. Powerful has some effects of overcoming armor. Higher harm, stun, knocking people out if you spend a bond. And then wreck allows you to do damage to ships.
That is cool. Okay, yeah,
Or monsters.
I'll go with that. I'll get a wreck weapon.
What is it? Is it close or far?
Interesting. I think it's far. I think it's a spear.
Okay. All right. You have a two-harm spear that does one wreck.
And I'm just trying to remember which one powerful is. Is that the free ante or is that knockback? It's free ante. Yeah, I'll take powerful as well.
Okay. Powerful and wreck is good. Cass. Ananias. Hey, what's the drawback on this thing?
Oh, okay. So, Flixalacky with stolen property of powerful enemy comes cursed. I mean, this seems like the sort of place where it would be a cursed weapon.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We'll figure out what the curse is. Cass, what would you like?
I think I'm drawn to something that looks like a really big pearl. It's a strange object with mysterious powers of the fates devising.
Okay. We can talk and negotiate about what that power will be. If you have
Okay.
some ideas, we can do that.
All right. That
Take
seems
the
good.
pearl, icy cold pearl. Vern? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Cass, is it cursed? Is
Oh,
it stolen property of a powerful enemy who want it back?
I really think that it is cursed.
Okay. So curses all around. Vern.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I could resist taking a book with especially great power over the elements, since we've had ample demonstration that that would be useful.
Absolutely. So yes, it has power over ice and cold.
Yeah, and it is so extremely cursed.
Oh, absolutely. And Captain Humayan.
We're just gonna make a square, a sort of cube almost of curse all over this. Curse cube.
I think I am also going to take a weapon. think it's going to be, as much as I want a pistol, I'm going to buy one of those eventually. But I think it's going to be close because my dagger is not going to do it. And it's going to be powerful and 3 harm.
Okay. I think as you take these things, as you lift them up and out and have them in your grip, I think you will hear a voice, and it speaks in one voice, and then you will hear it again in your head. You can tell it is the tongue of the sea fae. And the sea fae says, "You have taken these things. You will never be warm again."
That's a
That's
terrible
the curse.
That is the curse for these things.
How do you
Yeah.
lift the curse?
There will be a way. You'll have to go and talk to smart people and study and figure it out, to figure out a way to break it. It is breakable. Just know
Okay.
that. But you have this curse upon you, which
But
means
see,
that
now it doesn't matter if I can't wear shirts or warm things. I'm just always
you
cold, so
just
I
got
might as
always
well
cold.
not.
You actually always have your lips a little blue. Um, that is one of those things which essentially that's a possibility for me to throw a -1 into particular situations. So just keep that in mind. And I think all of you can make your way back to your vessel with the treasure. The treasure may be coins. It may be being able to get a little bit of this elemental blood liquid in something without harming yourselves. And head back to the ship, and the fog is lifting and the ice is cracking. And I think even as you all step back onto the boat and, grab the sails and catch the wind, I think there will be a rumbling, and you will see that island begin to sink beneath the waves. And as soon as the top of that mountain hits the water, suddenly you will hear this cracking, and you need to turn the ship quickly as this iceberg forms.
All right.
And we will see you sailing away from that. And that is where we're going to stop.
Awesome.
Sound good?
Yes.
Okay. We will take up with a navigation roll to head to a port and figure out what our tasks are and things, and do that next time. We'll talk XP at the beginning of session and refresh and all of that stuff, and what you do. Again, if you did miss, you may mark XP, except for that miss that I took back from you, Tyler. So I stole some XP to give you some treasure. And you will reset your bonds at the beginning of the next session. They have a thing they call chapters. This is the prologue, so I probably will do the chapter advance at the beginning of the next session, which give you lets you mark XP, or you can add some luck and so on, just so you get a sense of how that's going to work with the chapters and things. Let's do stars and wishes. Nanius.
This was awesome. I had a lot of fun with this. I really like the map building. I want to study it to get ideas for cool things we can go do. And there's all sorts of horrible enemies out there and weird places. Love it. I liked you leaning into the giant monster thing. We had one giant bird go by, and then we had another. So it's worse than a giant enemy that you only talk about in flashback. I never actually got to do anything. I got to do it. It was great. Wishes. I do want to find a good place to bring Death the character into things.
Okay.
They're tied in to my core playbook stuff, and I want to start getting an idea of our relationship, our interaction, what that looks like here at the start, and where it's going to go.
All right. Cass.
I kind of really dug this. It's a little bit weird when you roll a 10 plus and then you're still paying a price, but that's cool. I will figure that out. But I kind of I don't know why, but I think I really for Cass, it seems like a sort of flat, sort of never as astounded or surprised as he should be because he has no idea what normal is anyway.
Okay.
Is probably going to be kind of what you get from Cass. I think that makes the most sense. And I'm very thrilled that I have a gift for my mermaid love. I just have to get rid of the curse, but yes. So this is excellent. I think that will be part of it, is figuring out what it is that I don't know, that I could somehow use or that will bring her around.
Okay. So we'll figure out what that pearl does.
Mhm.
Any other wishes?
No, I'm really enjoying this. I think Nanius is a great character in there for like just adding a bunch of absolute fearlessness. And the captain is canny and considered, and Vern is, what do you say, as distracted as you would imagine a scholar on a pirate ship would be. It's just pretty good. It's pretty fun. I'm looking forward to seeing it build out and what our relationships are and how we help each other and that kind of stuff. It's good. And I really want to know how we build more bonds and luck.
Absolutely. I'll look up about the lackeys too, so we can start building that crew up with
Mhm.
names, and then how do we build up abilities and that kind of thing. Vern.
Yeah, I mean, stars to everybody for coming up with like these um interesting and it's like plot inclusive backstories. Like everybody sort of has a built-in goal except for me, and I guess that's my wish, is that I need to come up with something. And also I would also like to figure out how to create bonds since I only have one.
There are some ways to do that. One of the things is we've got downtime moves, which
Okay.
there are some things that allow you to do that. Um, we'll take a look. Yeah, let me take a look.
It's a level up option as well, and they talk about there's
Yeah.
like
Okay.
few
Okay. Cool.
opportunities outside of the level up option to do it.
Okay.
Okay. Good to
We
know.
will we will get that figured. I know that there is at least one way outside, but I can't remember what it is. But we'll get that figured out. And oh, Captain, my Captain.
This was a blast. I'm so excited about this game. It was good to get some rolls on the table. Our map is fascinating and cool. I can't wait to start looking through it. Um, the I we've seen some interesting characters right off the bat, and I think that's cool. I know that as we get into them more, we're going to get more nuance to them, but I'll say Donius already right off the bat seems fascinating and wild and wonderful, and I'm very pleased with you getting something so cool in the opening,
That's
the
great. I'm good
first
for sessions. You
episode.
don't need to do anything for me for a while.
That was super cool. Wishes. I would like opportunity for us to talk to each other, kind of get an idea for who we are as a group. I tend to always say that early on. I love that chance for interpersonal, so we can kind of feel out what we're like. And I suppose I'm really looking forward to getting to a port, seeing some people.
Absolutely. Excellent. Thank you very much, everybody. I'm going to stop the recording.